What's up, y'all? I'm Jordy, and welcome to semifinals of the Ditto Draft League. We've made it this far. Hopefully we can make it into finals by winning this week, but that's going to be pretty tough considering our opponent is Diet Tight, someone who not only stomped us in the regular season when we came up against them, but also is apparently undefeated so far, which, congratulations, good for you. Let's see if we can stop that. One change to their team from last time is that there's now a Vivillon over Rotom fan. I don't know if that'll make a big difference. I don't know if that's going to show up. The team he brought last time was pretty brutal. Basically, we had mostly physical attackers. They set up Reflect, they started spamming Breaking Swipe with Garchomp, and there was just nothing we could do about it. So this time I've got a bit more of a balanced team, and hopefully something that can counter that strategy. So what we've got here. First up, Mega Clefable. Actually intending to use it as a Mega Evolution as well. We've got Max Special Attack, Moonblast, and Flamethrower, just as great coverage, and we can hit Ariados, we can hit Corviknight. Moonblast is good into most of his team. Delphox, not so much, but hopefully we don't have to fight that. We've also got Icy Wind for some speed control, and Follow Me to help get up Trick Room if we need to, with our Farigiraf. Next up, Kangaskhan now has Ice Punch, which it didn't have last time, would have been a big help against the Garchomp. We've got a decent amount of speed here, and Bite. Bite is useful if we can't really do any damage. If they get up Reflect and they start dropping our attack just like last time, we can spam Bite. It has about a 51% flinch chance, I think, with Parental Bond. So if we can just get something to not move for a turn, I think that's a great trade for that turn. Next up, we've got Rotom-Mow. This is Lawn Rinse. This is not Mow. Mow had to go back to home for his crimes. We're running a nasty plot set with Thunderbolt and Leaf Storm. Hopefully I can find a free turn somewhere to set up and then just start blasting. Because his team was pretty hard to break. It's quite bulky, so I'm thinking I might need some boosts to do stuff. Speaking of boosting, we have a Conkeldurr here that can boost up with Focus Energy. Focus Energy plus Scope Lens will make it so that we crit 100% of the time, and we've got the coverage of Close Combat just being our strongest move, Ice Punch being quite strong with Sheer Force boost as well to take out Garchomp and maybe hit some of those Ice types, though Close Combat's probably fine. And then Knockoff is pretty much just for the Meowstic, though it also would hit Delphox. I don't expect us to see Delphox. Grazing Bolt is here. Colbur Berry helps us against both the Meowscarada and the Blastoise. And we've got Trick Room just to hopefully be able to sweep with either Clefable or Conkeldurr. But also we have Hyper Voice and Thunderbolt to do some good damage across the board. Those two moves were the best I could come up with for coverage. Maybe it would have been nice to have Dazzling Gleam sometimes. Maybe it would have been nice to have Psychic sometimes. But these two felt like the most consistent, and I really wanted Helping Hand as well, because Clefable, it can just push it over the edge into an actual offensive threat under Trick Room. And then finally, we have Scarf Adaptability Basculegion. It was my #1 pick. It is an amazing Pokemon, and we've got some techs on it. We've got Icy Wind for speed control if we want to go that route. We've got Last Respects, obviously, to spam. Wave Crash is a powerful move if Last Respects isn't online. And Soak here will pair with our Rotom, making them an extremely deadly combination if the opponent is not ready for it. Last time I brought Soak was in like week 1, so hopefully my opponent won't see it coming. But in week 1 it didn't end up being super impactful. But anyways, here's the stats if you want to see them. I'm ready to get started in this. It's going to be tough, but let's give it a shot. Alright, Vivillon is here as our double grass types. That is interesting. They have the ability to block priority. They have Corviknight, they have Blastoise. No Delphox is good to see. I like no Delphox. I don't think Meowscarada would be the one awkward thing about doing Basculegion lead. If they're like Scarf. Would you Scarf lead Meowscarada? Probably not. I'm going to go with Basculegion Rotom right off the rip. I like Rotom a lot here. And Basculegion is the way to support that. With that mode, I should use Kangaskhan in the back. Kangaskhan is fine here, honestly. As well as, there's not really much priority to worry about other than like fake out from Blastoise. I would like to be able to switch into like a Dark Pulse. I don't know if that's gonna be worth worrying about though. So if we're going the fast mode, I think finally it could still be Farigiraf. I'm leaning Conkeldurr. I think Conkeldurr last could be fine. We're slow, but we can do some big damage. Set up with Focus Energy for an end game if Breaking Swipe gets out of control, but I don't know if that's really going to be the play. Blastoise Viv. Okay. That's great. I don't hate that at all. We can severely threaten Blastoise with Rotom, which is great. We can't be redirected by Rage Powder. And then I think I want to go for Icy Wind. Not take any recoil, make sure I'm actually faster here. The question is whether I risk going for a nasty plot here. It's probably going to have Pollen Puff. I'm just going to Thunderbolt Blastoise for now. Viv actually swaps. Garchomp coming in is fine by me. Catch this Icy Wind. Or not. Okay, it's Yachi Berry Garchomp. Good to know. So maybe I should have committed with Leaf Storm to guarantee Blastoise goes down. It probably is invested to live a Thunderbolt, I would have to guess. But we're definitely faster than it after a -1. Yeah, lives that quite breezily. Probably takes out Basculegion. Yeah, alright. That is okay. We actually have a good position here with Kangaskhan coming in. So we've got the -1 on the Garchomp. Garchomp needs to either leave or get Ice Punched, and Blastoise needs to leave, but there's not much that can switch into a Thunderbolt. We're going to Ice Punch, of course. And then who switches into Thunderbolt? Meowscarada. Sarina. Is this a nasty plot position? I don't think it really matters. I think I'm just going to go Thunderbolt there. Alright, Garchomp swap into Sarina. That's perfectly fine. Love seeing that. He definitely seems to be applying good offensive pressure, so I think just keep attacking with Rotom has been correct so far. Not Sitrus Berry on the Sarina. Curious what that is. And here, have a Thunderbolt. Okay, Blastoise down. 1 for 1. Could it be Scarf Sarina? Sure. Hello, Chompy boy. Conkeldurr in the back is still kind of good. Obviously, I want to go Ice Punch here. Nasty Plot? I think I want a Nasty Plot that covers for Garchomp Protect, Sarina High Jump Kick. Do I think Leaf Storm can do it from 30%? I don't think so. Yeah, if they... Okay, it's going to be just Breaking Swipe. I don't think I care too much. And oh, it's Triple Axle. That does hurt a lot. I probably should have just ripped the Leaf Storm. -1, do you take an Ice Punch without your Yachi Berry? No. Yes! What? That's actually insane. Okay. Not a fan of learning that information. Do I get out of here to Conkeldurr? That's pretty awkward. Not having my speed control anymore is really awkward. But I think it's still Ice Punch here. And I'm going to go for a Thunderbolt into Sarina. I don't expect them to let me do that. Sarina Protect, Poison Jab? Just Breaking Swipe again. It doesn't get the KO. I think perhaps they wanted to try to get a double KO this next turn. So they're just putting me in range for that. That would make some sense. Hello, Viv. I still think I might be sufficiently pinned here, which is awkward. I'm gonna go for Ice Punch, Sarina, Protect. I just don't want two things to go down this turn. Is this gonna be... Do you have Pollen Puff? Do you have Hurricane? Protect from Viv is not what I expected to see. But they picked the right target. Which is really bad for me. Okay. I would have been fine if I had attacked the Sarina there? Wow. Good call. I'm gonna go for Ice Punch into Viv here. If I can't win this one, I can at least get some information there. And I'm gonna rip Thunderbolt into Sarina. Too little, too late. Is this Hurricane? Is this Sleep Powder? All I've seen you use so far is Protect. Self Pollen Puff. Okay. That did not do much damage. Wow, that is bulky. Okay. I'm gonna Ice Punch Sarina now. I think Viv might Rage Powder, it might Protect. If it has Sleep Powder, it probably goes for Sleep Powder. But yeah, okay, we called the Protect. That's good. Drop Kick shouldn't do too much. Oh, I forgot they buffed that move. That thing's hitting kind of hard. If our Scope Lens can get us a crit... Oh, come on. I don't really have time to be setting up Focus Energy, so I think the play here is I have to get the Ice Punch crit here into Sarina. They side Pollen Puff. We crit. They're not going to go... Are they going to go for side Pollen Puff? That Sarina's super fast. Yeah, they go side Pollen Puff. That is our win con. Come on, high crit. Come on, high crit. Oh, it didn't work. Okay. Didn't have time to set up the Focus Energy. It's Trick Room for sure. Right? Gotta be. With bulky Vivian. Who's got the Sash then? Alright, good game. Good game. That was a good start, but then it didn't quite work out in the end. Let's go on to game 2. Alright, this time we're doing Trick Room. Do they call that? Maybe. Let's find out. We're going to go with Clefable, Farigiraf, Conkeldurr, and do I actually want Basculegion or Rotom? Basculegion can give me Last Respects, which is obviously very good after things have been chipped down, and things will get chipped down. But Rotom is quite good into the Blastoise. I think it's Basculegion. I think I need to count on my Trick Room squad doing enough damage so that Basculegion can clean up in the endgame. We know the Garchomp has the Yache Berry, so we might need some chip damage on that rather than just Ice Punch. Alright, we got Meowscarada and Blastoise here. I can definitely get Trick Room if I go Follow Me. Am I willing to risk just an outright attack? The momentum I could get from just attacking would be so good. Is it worth the risk? I do have the Dark Resist Berry for one hit, and I really expect them to expect Follow Me. There's no way I'm going to win this without reads. I'm going to make a read. I'm going to Moonblast the Blastoise. I'm going to count on being able to not get doubled up into on Farigiraf. I guess it could be like U-turn Water Spout, maybe? That would do it. Would you want to U-turn the Clefable? Would you want to like triple axle Water Spout? Just take out Clefable? There's U-turn. Ouch. That did way too much damage. Okay. So I should have clicked Follow Me then, right? Right. And it is Water Spout. Ah, gosh. Alright, no Trick Room for me. Instead, we're going to get this Focus Energy up. And I will Follow Me this time. Keep Conkeldurr healthier, basically, is the plan there. Not having Trick Room is rough, though. There's Triple Axle that was coming into Clefable anyway. Thankfully, it only hits twice this time. And a half-health Water Spout. Does finish off my Clefable, and does a decent chunk, actually. Alright, our energy has been focused. Basculegion time. Not great that I have Basculegion last and they brought everything that can hit it super effectively, but here we are. I'm going to Ice Punch Sarina and Last Respects into Blastoise. I think is probably strong enough here. Meowscarada kind of cleans up though, which is not good. Definitely had the wrong call there, turn one. Gonna lose from that. It's okay. We were fighting a really good player. Every single mistake is gonna get punished. There goes Blastoise, thankfully. Can we just live this with Basque? No, they're hitting Conkeldurr, that's fine. Because crit Ice Punch is guaranteed. Goodbye, Sarina. Now, Meowscarada plus anything that can knock out Conkeldurr probably wins here. Though our Basculegion will be faster if they're not Scarf Meowscarada. Can we live with a Sucker Punch? Who's to say? I'm going to rip Close Combat into Meowscarada. Last Respect, Garchomp. Let's see if you're Scarf. Or if you go for Sucker Punch. It is Scarf Meowscarada. We are so dead. So dead. Goodbye. Out of here. I feel like we could have been in a good place if we got the Trick Room up. We would have lost Clefable. Oh, and that does enough? I thought we would at least live that Breaking Swipe, but nope. Good games. Congrats on finals. You better win it all now if you're going to play like that. Alright, we're back. You know what? We had a good run making it to semifinals in this draft league. Our first draft league of Pokemon Champions. I had a blast. Thank you very much to my opponent. Thank you very much to Jay Jingles for hosting this. And thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Go check out my opponent in the description below. But anyways, I'm Jordy. And, alright. Peace.